Hey, what's up? It's Amina Buddafly, and I just finished my interview with Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. The interview was crazy. I didn't expect them to be that crazy, but I love them. It was fun. We laughed a lot. I had a good time. We talked about a lot of love and hip-hop. Love and hip-hop New York, love and hip-hop Hollywood. You know, my story, my life, my kids, my music, all of that good stuff.
What up, everybody? This is Jason Lee, and this is Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Your boy Giovanni. Hola.
Stupid mating call twice in the show. Anyway, we have Amina Buddafly in the building.
Hey, Mom.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Chilling.
So, Amina, we ran into Amina at Nick Cannon's brunch and found out that she's now in L.A.
Yes. It's been a year.
Really?
Yes, it's been 1 year. I just had my 1 year anniversary of moving away.
Well, I think because when Love and Hip Hop Hollywood films, I think we come right off the tail of New York, right?
I
No,
think
Atlanta. Okay.
Yeah, it's like Hollywood, New York, Atlanta.
It's just with the shooting schedule and then the airing, you forget people actually can move around. There's so much time.
Oh yeah.
Well, welcome to LA, even though you've been here
Thank
for a
you
year.
so much.
How have you liked the first year here? Because people have like very jarring reactions to living in LA.
Well,
they think it's like the land of palm trees and manicured lawns, and it's very different. So how's your experience been?
Well, for me, I always loved LA, but I moved for like the reason I moved was so like bad. So I really had a really hard time in the beginning, like just adjusting and just, you know, not just even the place, but the fact that I was now alone with 2 kids and stuff. But, you know, it took me maybe like 6 months until I started feeling better. Actually, until, you know, when my second daughter was born. She was born in August last year.
So you have a Leo baby.
Yeah, I have 2 Leo girls.
I'm a Leo too. What days?
And July 29th and August 9th.
August 16th.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I went to see a therapist. I was so depressed. Like,
Why do you think you was depressed?
I
Just
was
stop being-
heartbroken, just really, really like in a bad space. And I didn't want to see anyone. The plan was like, okay, I'm gonna connect with people. I'm gonna, you know, just focus on my career and, you know, network. And none of that happened because I didn't want to see nobody. I was just like home with my daughter and just trying to, you know, make a nice homie, make it homey, and, you know, just hang out with her every day, all day. And I really just was to myself. And that's when I started writing the book. Actually, that was my therapy. So that's how it
Did
all
you
happened.
find like when I got to LA, you know, I found it really difficult to connect with people. You know, it takes a while to find your group out here because, you know, there's Hollywood and then there's the rest of the place.
That's right.
And it's just like I was so not wanting to be a part of the Hollywood.
Oh my God.
thing, you know?
It is, yeah, it's crazy.
But I found that like, you know, hiking, the canyons and stuff like that was like my therapy. And your bounce back is damn
thank you.
ridiculous.
I know, it's
So
ridiculous.
I feel like
Thank you.
I feel like you might end up on Runyon every once in a while.
Oh my God, yeah, definitely. I haven't done it enough just because, you know, my kids right now, I don't have a nanny and it's kind of crazy, but I love doing stuff like that. And I, you know, right now I just, you know, I work out maybe like 3 times a week.
So most people know you from Love and Hip Hop New York. Well, that's where I found you. I've actually met Peter a few times.
You have.
So what is your relationship status with Peter right now today?
We are separated and, well, you know, still married though. I don't know what's going on with that.
I was reading that it said that you were hinting at divorce.
Well, he was on the show, but never, you know, when the camera stopped rolling, he never ever says that he wants a divorce.
No, but there's a report in In
So-
Touch that you want a divorce.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When was that?
It says that you were hinting at it.
I might have, because I think that I, you know, I might be ready soon. Like I wasn't rushing it. You know, everyone was like, "Oh, you should just file for divorce right away." I was just like, you know, I wasn't ready for it. I had just so much going on, like in myself. Like I just wanted to, you know, get used to being alone. But you know, the time will come, and I think that eventually it is going to be me who's going to file for divorce. Like
Yeah.
How long were you guys married, or
4 years
4 years
right now. Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit. So how did you end up? Because I know the way I ended up on Love and Hip Hop. I got out of a bad relationship. My ex went to jail, and I was bored. So I called Mona and said, "Put me on the show." How did you end up on Love and Hip Hop?
Through him, because I was we had just gotten married, and he was the one that was, cool with a lot of producers and cool with Rich Dollars and, people on the show. So one day he went to film a scene that was kind of like his first time doing like a cameo scene, just like, talking to Rich or something. And I came along and I didn't, they actually asked me do I want to be in the scene? And I was like, no, I don't even I denied I didn't want to do it. And so that day, he started talking to the producers about him and his life. And when he told them he was married, but he was still,
but he was promoting you as his artist, not as his wife when you first came on the show. That's why the whole marriage thing was kind of like
I don't
a WTF moment for everybody watching.
It's TV.
Yeah.
I guess you can say I was kind of like his artist, but that's not how we started. And in my book, I talk about that too. I talk about exactly how we started, and it wasn't like business.
Yeah.
We were friends. Like we became friends first. And then we decided, let's make music together. Oh, maybe you can help me, with the managing thing. But it wasn't like you saw it on the show, that's his artist, and
I've been on Love and Hip Hop, so I know the editing process is what it is, and she's handling it the way I handle the question about throwing a drink on Hazel. She's not gonna throw nobody under the bus. You get your storyline, and then the editing happens. But the relationship was real. You're a real
definitely.
artist, and I will say, out of all the people on Love and Hip Hop New York, and I'm not just saying this because you're here. You actually you have talent.
Thank you so much.
No, like you sung a song on your Instagram we put on Hollywood Unlocked that everybody was like, oh my gosh, she has a great voice.
Yeah, it's like I've always been doing that. That was me before the show. Like a lot of people, they go on reality shows and now they want to sing. Like that
was before the show.
She was a singer beforehand.
Yeah.
I hear an accent when you talk. What?
Yes,
you're originally from Germany.
Wow, you're German.
Born and raised. And I came to New York when I was 19. So now,
German is your first language.
Yep.
Yeah.
How many languages do you speak?
Just
German and English? Okay, because my girlfriend right here, she's from Sweden.
Oh, cool.
And so people really don't know how many pretty little light-skinned girls are from that area of like Switzerland, Germany.
There are
Sweden.
dark-skinned girls from Germany.
No, I know, but it's just they all seem to like how many. No, I can't interview.
Have you ever met
I feel
Boris?
like she knows
Boris
like 5
Kojo?
languages.
I haven't. I would love to. I know he's like me.
I hate his wife because
who?
she's in love with him. Boris. Anyway, I wanted
yes.
Boris. She beat me. Okay, so because on Love and Hip Hop New York, some of the other girls, I don't really care for their talent at all. Mariah Lynn, she's cool. Are you guys friends?
We were cool. Like I don't know. Like friends is not the right word.
Love and Hip Hop cast members, you can't say everybody's your friend.
Right. But Mariah has always been cool. Like we like she's always been like Team Amina and like.
I like the first back in the time I was a hoe because I relate, but I can't really. I struggle sometimes taking white female rappers, just white rappers in general. Shout out to Eminem.
I was just about to
serious. And I love DJ Self, so I'm gonna always show her love until he's not fucking with her no more.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan.
So you don't like her other stuff?
I don't know her other stuff. I don't
She got
know.
some dope songs.
And the other girls on the show, the rapper girls, what the BDB? What was the first?
BBO. That was last season.
No. I'm gonna go BB what?
BBOD.
Never listened to one of their songs. And the girls that are on there now, what are the other rapper girls?
Oh my God.
Cardi.
I like Cardi.
No, besides Cardi.
Okay, Cardi's in the part
I
of the
love Cardi
conversation.
and I love Hennessy.
You know what? Like I'm not, being that I've been away and I've never really been like friends with a lot of the cast. And like, since season 4, which was my first, I've done 4 seasons and I've really kind of always just been with the stupid triangle.
No, but you've had a strong storyline on your own. So you haven't required
we didn't really,
the crutch from everybody else. But Cardi B had your back though at the reunion, right?
No, she did not.
Okay,
you didn't think so?
She had Tara's back.
That was an explosive moment. So I wanted to know, and I feel like everybody wants to know. She blasted the hell out of Peter. Whether she had your back or Tara's back,
Right.
what she did do was she blasted the hell out of Peter. And she basically says, you got these 2 girls going back and forth, not knowing their asses from their elbow. And why?
And that's why I took it as she was supporting both of you.
She did that. Well, she did the reunion before this one, but this reunion, she came at me. She's like, okay, but it's like I kind of want to clear that up because I'm so upset at the editing again. Here we are again, because there was a scene where I said, "Oh, I could come back to you, Peter," and that went like everyone's like, oh my God, she's stupid again, and all of that. What I meant was like, I did say I could come back to you, Peter, if you gave me what I deserve, the respect, everything that you haven't given me. If you did that, I could come back to you, and I probably would. But being that you're not, I'm not going back to New York. Like, and that's where people had it wrong, because they thought like, oh, she's willing to go back to him. No, I'm not. I made the decision to move away because I didn't want to live that life anymore. I didn't want to live like that, and I'm not ever going back to accepting, the things that I have for way too long. So I just wanted to say that one time I did say it on the reunion, but they didn't air it. And also what I was upset about, because I did have some people backing me up, Remy and Pap, they backed me up because I'm the
Remy
wife.
and Pap.
And they're all about marriage and stuff.
So Tara was the side chick. Or is the side chick? No, I mean, I'm just saying.
No, you're right,
Because like if
because
Mariah Lynn popped up with a papoose baby, she would be the side chick.
no, when the other
Well,
your
but
book
she-
is called The Other Woman, and
Right.
you think that meant that you're describing yourself, but if you read the book, it actually sounds
Have
more
you?
like I've read some of it, and it actually sounds more like Tara's being called the other woman. in this.
Yeah, and a lot of parts in the book I'm referring to her as the other woman because from where I was standing, it was, to me, it was her.
Okay.
And to her, it was probably me.
Do you think you gave Peter a lot of chance because you really thought or believed that he would truly change one day?
Or
No.
was it?
Make
Or
you
was it?
feel like that?
Or was it the penis you put on
No.
Instagram?
I gave him all these chances because I was still not, I wasn't fed up enough. I knew, I knew
That's
what
some
I
real
was
shit
in.
for you to say that.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. I've never heard a woman
Because
say that.
I wasn't like, and that's where people got me wrong too, because everyone calls me stupid because I guess they think that I thought, oh, he was going to be, this man, all of a sudden, this great husband. And I really never really thought that he was going to become that. I was just not ready to live without him.
So I want to go back to the last reunion because I'll be honest with you, I couldn't even get through this whole reunion. Y'all had a lot going on this reunion.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was a good reunion.
Wait,
It was a great reunion.
You're talking about this one, the one that's...
This reunion, it was a lot to get through. I could not watch the second part. I watched the first part.
I was only in the second part.
I
so
know,
you didn't-
so I missed that whole
Okay.
part. I'm sure you
I watched
okay.
it, yeah.
But the last reunion when you revealed that you were pregnant at the same time as Tara. First of all, I gagged for dear life because I was just like surprised. Well, first of all, it was a huge surprise. Did you know when you got pregnant that she was already pregnant?
Yeah.
But you were the wife.
Oh, wait. Actually, when I, calculated back, when we conceived, my second daughter was right before Peter told me Tara was pregnant. So I actually didn't.
So
I found out right after.
So how close in age are the last
like
babies, hers and yours?
6 months apart.
They're 6 months apart.
I
Okay,
can relate.
listen.
I have siblings the
I
same.
have a legit fucking question. Legit question. I know people want to know this. His dick game must be fucking out of this world. It just has to be. I'm sorry, because the only time I've ever been that stuck on, forgive me for the phrase, but stuck on stupid is when a motherfucker's dick game has been just mind blowing.
Wow.
I've
people asked me that before. I'm not,
He has 10 children. I mean, he's got to.
No, I think he has 11, right?
10.
10.
Yeah, he's not chilling with
Well, let
Webster.
her answer the question. What is it?
Yeah, it's great. It's great. But that is not the reason for me why I couldn't let go.
Well,
Okay.
I'll say maybe the reason is that was your husband, and maybe you were fighting for love. I mean, when you
there's so much more
Is he
to
a good
Peter.
guy? I was about to ask you, what is the man that you see? I don't know his
It's
real
so
name.
much more to
I don't know his
him
real
than
name, so,
that.
yeah.
I mean, those things are great, but it's like just his personality.
Is he loving? Is he cuddling?
What's his
funny?
sign?
Capricorn?
Oh shit, I'm a Capricorn. Crazy as fuck.
So what do you think is one of the biggest misperceptions of your relationship with Peter?
Well, I don't know about the relationship. About me, it would just be that I'm like weak. I feel because I don't feel weak at all. So when people tell me that, I'm like, well, it might look that way, but I don't feel. Especially now where I did make a change, like just totally they're off.
So even if he was with you and saying that he was being faithful or not telling you that he wasn't being faithful, he was still a member of the Creep Squad, right?
Yeah, I
That
guess
damn
so.
Creep Squad.
I guess so. I don't know who came up with that anyway.
Creep Squad.
They all
that's
said
still,
they did.
That's still debatable because each person is saying that they own it.
But yeah, it's like to him, it's like just like a joke.
Help
The
me.
Creep Squad. Okay, Rich Dallas
Yes.
said he started this thing called the Creep Squad because he popped up in
Jesus.
Love and Hip Hop at LA, and I'm telling you, I'm the professional. I show up on set and go like this. Oh, okay. Cisco's here now. He's dating Tia Marie.
I do. Oh, are you allowed to like?
I'm not on the show. I passed the season.
Amina,
so
that's
I
been
can-
everywhere. Yeah, that's
Oh,
been,
really?
Yeah, that's been
Okay.
everywhere.
Confirmed?
That's been
It
reported
hasn't-
everywhere.
It hasn't been confirmed, but I know.
Where there's smoke,
my
there's fire.
ear is to the streets, and I am not signed
Jason
to an
knows
agreement.
about fire.
And they are, they're rumored to be together and shooting. I heard you were here filming too.
That's actually not true.
It's not true.
No, everyone thinks that just because I was hanging out with some of the girls and stuff, but I have not filmed anything.
You know why I believe you? Because I can tell when people on Love and Hip Hop are lying.
Not just people.
Because you know what you're not supposed to say. You know what we get trained. We go to the meetings and all of that.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, everyone, I guess, is like waiting to hear is Amina going to be on.
I would
But
love to see you on the show, but I wouldn't want to see you with anybody on this cast.
I'm just not like, I'm not trying to get on. I'm not like
Yeah,
desperate to be on the show.
Me neither. That's why I decided not to go back, and now I can just speak freely.
Not that it was bad. It was actually good for me, like for my music and stuff,
It's a great
Like,
platform.
It was great, like, because now I definitely have way more fans. I sell more music, as an independent artist, and it's like.
What did you envision for yourself going on the show? Because I mean, all three of us. Gio, you haven't been on reality TV.
No.
Okay, well, three of us have been on reality TV. You go on there with one, specific viewpoint as to what you envision
Right.
for yourself, and it ends up a completely different way.
Yes.
But what did you envision for yourself, and how much of that actually came to fruition versus what ended up going down the crapper?
Well, I talk about that in my book too. How it all started. I was really like when they approached us, because I never thought I was the type of girl to be on a show like that. But I was like thinking about, what am I doing like in my life right now? Like I was an independent artist putting up music. Nobody knew, nobody cared. I was working a job in a band. I was a musician like in a club in New York, but I wasn't like really going anywhere. So I was like thinking like, I was really just completely 100% thinking about my career when I decided to do my music, when I decided to do the show. I thought that, once people see me, the artist, and hear my songs and my music that I write and all of that, like, it's going to be like a good thing for me. But I was so wrong. I mean, it did end up being a good thing for the music in a way, but on the other hand,
it becomes a lot
when
about
I
a lot of other
first
things.
was on the show for the first time, I did not expect all that negativity. Like, oh my
Had
God.
you seen the show before?
It came at me like,
No, she's not talking about the filming. She's talking about from the fans,
The
because the
judgment,
one
like-
thing people don't know for folks that are on Love and Hip Hop is that it's probably the highest socially engaged audience. Like they're watching it with you, and then they become a part of your life. So every decision you make,
Yeah.
every post you put up, they have an
Yeah.
opinion
And
about
she
it.
was, you were really portrayed as, the other woman that
Yes.
you
Oh
knew
my God.
everything going into this, and they portrayed you as very snaky
very
in the
bad.
beginning.
I hated it.
Yeah.
And like, it's just a wave coming at me, like of just the hate, the haters are the loudest on always.
They are.
But
So I felt like everyone hates me. And I never knew that, because before I did TV, everyone loved me always. Like,
Listen,
and I wasn't used to it. I was like,
you're getting ready to start a moment. My first scene, I'm not used to reality TV, regular guy. I had gone to her for counsel because she'd been in the industry for a while, and she'd been on television, and even though she got hit in the head with a bottle on her show, we have security. We have security that like at least.
We didn't have security on my show because we were supposed to be the antithesis of Love and Hip Hop and shows that solve conflict through combat and shit like that. So we had no security to save me from the wild animal that attacked me.
Bitch got a concussion from Harambe, but
Wow.
look, so,
Staples in my head, the whole nine.
So my first scene, I'm in a scene that just goes completely left, and I mean, this person is just lowbrow, letting me have it, and just bringing up stuff that's just crazy, and I throw a drink in her face.
I think, I've seen that.
My first scene, but that's the first time you ever saw me, right? Can I tell you that I was struggling with the audience's reaction and who I know I am.
Right.
Like,
I'm here.
And you don't want to throw producers under the bus, and then you don't want to. So you just like you get caught up in this game, because the thing about it is, even they don't come to you and say this is your storyline. Your story's guided into wherever it ends up, and you shoot in strips where things just kind of. It's a well produced show, and it's when I met you at Nick's thing, I just remember going like, man, she's super cool.
Yeah, man. I wasn't used to anybody not liking me. You know, I mean. Like I said, before TV, it was just like always like, oh, she's like the.
Do you ever feel like
sweetest.
you went into a scene saying, okay, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to say that, they're not going to get this
Every
out of
scene.
me, and then somehow, some way, you feel like you just got sucked into some bullshit where you just let some shit out?
With me, it was always like, okay, we're gonna do this scene, and I'm not gonna cry. Every time.
Wait.
And then it became so real because our stuff was so real.
Let's hold that, because there's actually a scene that I want to talk about that everybody talked about. They still talk about this scene.
Which one?
Was the emotional scene where you slapped the shit out of Peter.
Ooh. Smacked his soul
It was
through
so
his
real.
body.
Now,
And everyone thought it was fake.
I was just about to say, everybody thought that was fake. First of all, I don't know, unless you're like an Emmy Award nominated actress, like the emotion looked very real.
It was. Everything you saw of me, like as far as emotions, was super real.
So when you slapped him, did you think like, oh shit, I just got caught with a battery on camera, or what was going on?
I didn't, because some girls like they know beforehand. Oh, I'm gonna do this. And, like, I had no idea I was gonna do
Emotion.
that. Like, I just came out like in the moment, because I also didn't expect to hear what he said. So we went into the scene like just I really had no idea what he was gonna say, what she was gonna say. So it just, damn, I was like.
And then after that scene, y'all got to go home together.
We didn't. He left.
Oh, I would assume.
I went into my apartment and I cried, and and then the producers were there and stuff, and then he picked up his stuff. They wouldn't let him even come into my room.
You don't? Did you ever think like if you did that in the privacy of your home, what would happen?
That's a good question. I don't know. I never really thought about that.
Well, Peter doesn't come off as he's not an abuser. He doesn't hit women.
No, not ever.
Peter
No,
actually is. I mean, different relationship clearly, but the last time I talked to Peter, I was on DJ Self's show at Power 105 in New York, and he called in. Papoose called in. It was
really?
Yeah, Cardi called in. He was super cool. He's always been a good guy, nice guy.
He's the coolest person.
So is that what kind of sucks you into it?
Yeah,
Like there's that
he's
part
like
of
my
him?
favorite person, like the coolest person, and that's why I had to accept the fact that if anything, we can just like he's always going to be in my life, and that's for me. I'm happy with that because he's so cool. Like
If I go
as a
back to
friend.
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, my love interest has to be Corey Guns.
His son?
You're hilarious,
Absolutely.
Jason.
You didn't see
His son is fine as hell. I've been trying to look for him. I can't
He's
find
a
him.
dope ass rapper too.
I'll rap.
He didn't get the fair shot like he deserved.
Well, I think he's getting married soon.
I'm gonna show up and be like, "Fuck that, I object."
Like a different world.
Like a different world, Dwayne Wade.
No, like the mother on Golden Girls when Dorothy. Anyway, I saw that the other night. Okay,
okay.
so go ahead. You have a question?
No, I was gonna say. I mean, what's difficult for it seems like the regular viewing audience to understand is like they see a storyline. There's been a lot of hype around storylines. Some are real, some are believable, and some are just straight up and down BS. It must feel kind of fucked up for people to kind of like undermine your actual feelings because they think that your life and your life with Peter and involving Tara is just a storyline.
Yeah.
But it's your
does.
real life.
It is.
So how do you kind of like, reconcile that inside your head?
Yeah,
that
it's
must have been
difficult.
a lot of stuff you talked about with
Definitely.
the
And like
therapist.
when people like what bothered me the most, like with this last season or the previous season before that, was when people like accused me of like lying about, the abortion and stuff. Like I'm just the type of person that would never do something like that. So it's like there is a lot of women that do lie.
But you're part of a franchise where Monique Slaughter was with Fizz, then she was with Rich, then she was with who was she with last season? Fizz had moved in to hang out. Now she's with a lesbian, and
I can't keep
she's
up
trying
with
to have
her.
a baby with a gay guy. And Tierra's now talking to Cisco, who we ain't never seen them together. So
Oh, wow.
you're in a part of a franchise where people go, that shit ain't real.
Right.
But I will say, I
Well,
look at you,
with
I look
us,
at you,
yeah.
Tara and Peter, and I'm like, first of all, there are real babies involved. There's real emotion when you have a
Absolutely.
kid. Like you're really married. I can get that. That's real. That's real.
That's why we didn't feel like they treated us fair. Like, especially me. Like, I wish they would have, gave me more music looks and stuff like that. And
Like featuring your songs in
yeah,
episodes.
because people like to see that too.
Yeah.
But that's what I wasn't happy with. But
What's your relationship currently like with Tara? What kind of terms are you guys on? Is
we're
it
like cordial.
yeah?
Like cool. Like when I'm in New York, like we get together for the kids and stuff. We do. So yeah, we get along.
But when Cisco wrote the check, or somebody gave a check to Peter, he gave it to Tara. Did you want to snatch it out her hand and be like, "Bitch, this is mine"?
Man, I didn't. Man,
I did
Peter
see
told
that
me.
part.
Peter told me about it. I wasn't in the room. Like some people thought I was sitting on the other couch. I wasn't.
They don't
even
know
in
how
the-
you move you in and out.
I wasn't
and all.
even in the room, and he would have given it to me if I would have been sitting there. I know that because I know him. So I'm like, at the end of the day, it was in his name, and he was just kind of like, I was for the look of it.
What do you think his struggle is with you and Tara? Like, I'm assuming you guys are opposite of each other.
We're definitely different.
So what's with the back and forth with the two of you?
And
And
why
how
did-
many other baby
Because
mamas
I
does he
really-
have?
Because
And why does he love her so much? Because you're so much cuter than she is.
Oh, that's so nice.
It's the truth.
You are gorgeous.
Very beautiful.
Thank you so much. Well, I really believe that he loves both of us.
I want to ask you a question so bad.
Ask it.
You're on the radio.
Duh.
She's sitting right here. Wait. No, Jill. You're unable to ask Amina Buddafly a question today.
I want to ask you this, and it's just because I feel like I just not the only one who want to know. I feel like people want to know, since he loves the both of you so much, has there ever been a situation where the both of you have been loved at the same time?
Absolutely never.
I just got to ask.
I mean, our sponsor. Sponsor of our show is.
I don't
Floyd
even
Mayweather,
think he
so-
would. He wouldn't. I don't think he would.
And that's just the proper way I would ask. I'm glad.
Oh
Jason
no,
didn't
no,
ask.
no.
Well, I would have said the sponsor of our show is Floyd Mayweather, who's known to have a harem, and his girls have played around. What would you do? Shout out to Floyd.
Like that. Well, she said no. Oh,
You really just asked her if her and Tara play around with each other.
I
First
didn't
of all,
say that.
he's clearly not as invested in
I didn't
her
say
life
that.
story that we are, because I've watched the show and ain't no motherfucker
But what I'm just
way
saying,
that's
when you never know.
No, that was
That
just his fantasy. Okay,
No.
that was your.
Gio-
You'll admit it. It's fine.
We
It's
not my
fine.
fantasy.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you?
So for Amina, who's probably never seen the show, and I don't blame you, Giovanni is like our foster brother who doesn't have sex often, even though he's in a relationship, in a basement with a
Okay.
girl who's very beautiful, way above his reach.
Motherfucker. It's
Is
not
that-
the basement.
Amina, who was just hiding downstairs because his ex, who has a restraining order against him, was just in this room a little while ago. There's a lot going on in the show.
Wow.
This is Love and Hip Hop,
That is
the
a
web
lot.
series.
This is the real
edition.
shit. Oh, his ex is Yezi Ortiz, who was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 1.
Okay.
Was she on season 1? Like as a cast member?
Mm-hmm. She's not gonna throw nothing, so she didn't have that many scenes. But anyway, back to Amina. So who are you like? Okay, let's talk about Cardi B. I have this
Crush.
I love Cardi B. And a lot of
Yeah,
people love Cardi
we
B.
all
You
love
don't
her.
love Cardi B.
Well, I don't have anything against her, but she don't like me. I feel like,
Really?
I mean, she. I don't know.
Do you
Maybe
think she was
does.
too critical?
She's just she just came at me on the reunion, so I'm like, okay.
But I kind of look at her on the reunion as she just wanted to go out with a bang, because she says reportedly she's not going out. I mean, her and Hennessy, I know when somebody is showing up, because see, the way your checks go up, when you leave a season, if you really didn't give them looks, that next season the check ain't gonna go that high. But if you overperform, and this is a show that is driven by performance, right? You overperform and you do shit like you and your sister jumping everybody, and you go out and you're getting drug out and you're throwing this, you're in everybody's business and this and
Bringing
that.
them ratings up.
You know that they're going to want you back. So you can say, I'm not coming back, so that check could be bigger. Do
Well,
you think
but
that's what it
didn't
was?
Cardi quit?
That's what she said, but you guys haven't started filming again yet.
No, they haven't. I don't know.
So Remy and Papoose, I ran into them at Barclays. I love them. I talked to
Yeah.
Papoose yesterday. Don't you just love them?
Yeah, definitely. I love them both. Like, they're dope. I love them together.
So let me ask you a question. Remy or Nicki?
Damn. Dum.
Do I have to answer that? I
Yeah,
don't know.
no frauds on this show.
I'm not on nobody's side. Like that's I don't know. I wish they didn't do that.
But if your last piece of bread on the deserted island where you were starving to death was requiring you to answer, who would you say that Sheether versus no frauds?
I guess I think I gotta say Remy.
Remy did kill on that track.
Yeah, but I do love no frauds.
What's the question that you were praying we didn't ask you in this interview?
No, there's no question.
You seem pretty candid.
You
Like
are.
you're
She
like you're
does.
like you're an open book.
I am.
Do you
too
think-
open? Like it makes
no
some
such
people
thing.
upset, and that's why, like with the book too, like I was a little nervous putting it out there because I knew it was gonna make some
How have the
people
sales?
mad.
How have the sales been?
Good, really
Yeah?
good. Yeah, I mean
Okay.
it just been a
You should
couple
have brought a
months. but-
copy. We could
I
put up
know.
in
I'm
nuts.
waiting on my shipment because I'm out. Like everyone,
got
you know,
you.
I sold all of them.
Well, that's why I asked when you got here if you were doing another book, because the word was the first book was so successful that you were writing
It is,
another
but
book.
I feel like it just released it. So
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's all
future-
gone already. So now it's time to,
no, well we have more.
Are you gonna do a book tour?
We are actually doing it. It's like spread out. We do like a date a month, like to just doing like a signing, like we travel and stuff.
What if you did a book called Signs You Know Your Nigga Ain't Shit?
That's actually a good idea.
No, like for real. And then
Yeah.
made it like a self-help guide to get rid of the nigga that you want that ain't no good for you.
For example, if you ask him a question like where he been and he replied with touching the part of his face, he lying. That's how a girl know. True.
Well, I don't know if I'm the candidate to write that book.
I know. I think you are the candidate. I think. I
yeah.
think you might have some advice for people. I mean, here. I know you have two beautiful children out of the union with Peter. However, would you agree that he's put you through hell?
Yes and no, because I went through hell because of him, but I might have put it on myself a little bit too.
Now that is a mature answer. A lot of people do not have any sense of accountability, in terms of how they contribute to like their own miserable situation. But that is a really dope
that's
answer.
how I feel.
That's a really
Because
dope
a normal
answer.
girl would be like, yeah, girl, he did this
He
and
ain't
that
shit
and
and
shit.
blah, blah, blah.
So that's really
the relationship I told you about earlier where my ex did all that shit, that was all his fault. That nigga wasn't shit. And fuck that. I'm not taking no responsibility because I bought that nigga 62 pairs of shoes. You know how I know? Because I sold every pair of them and I knew that he wasn't shit when I bought each one of them.
Well, then that's how you contributed to your own misery, was you knew he wasn't shit.
I won't take responsibility. When we broke up, I gave him the dog. I dropped him off at a bus station with the dog. I felt sorry leaving the dog with him. Poor dog had to go with that loser. All right, so on Hollywood Unlocked today, the question that we asked all of our followers is, what was the last lie you told? So let's start with you first. What was
Don't
the
start
last
with me first, because I
Okay,
I don't lie.
Okay, hold on. Giovanni, you lie a lot. What was the last lie you told?
That I came.
Oh my!
Oh, I got a lie that I told.
But wait, isn't that kind of obvious when you don't?
No, you just like this and you.
Man, I can
that-
feel that shit.
I'll tell you.
I know
a lie.
when you
I know how to
wasn't.
pulsate my ping ping.
I'll tell you a lie that I told that wasn't it was probably my last lie because I don't really lie that much. But so I hadn't had sex in a while and I was in Houston for the Super Bowl and I had sex and I came quicker than I wanted to and I said I didn't.
And you kept going.
Both of you have the
No.
same lie.
No.
You
Wait,
said you came
wait.
and you didn't, and you came faster than you said that you did.
Wait, but no, I didn't keep going. I actually stopped and said, because it was a fan. And I said, you know what? I'm thinking about this is not right.
After you
Yeah.
bust.
And then I put him out.
You guys.
What
have,
about you,
You guys
Melissa?
have one-track minds. I swear to God.
Amina is like, what did I get myself into?
Well, I told a girl she was pretty when I knew in my mind she was really she was busted.
Was it the Cookie Monster?
No, we do
So
not talk of
our
her.
last show, Giovanni said his ex was 2 cookies away from being obese.
I did not say that.
plus size.
Plus size.
Yeah.
Plus size. I like at the time. I like if I went with my girl, I like plus size girls.
So do you hold on to the handles like a handlebar, or is it pretty much just
Oh,
there
I would be
for?
so upset if somebody did that to me.
Would you? If he
Oh
grabbed
my
your
God,
handles?
I would be so upset.
No, I mean if you like,
Even if he
honestly,
had a big dick?
when a woman's bent over like with a big butt and the butt falls forward, we like to grab that.
Anyway, Melissa, what was the last lie you told? Wait, can I just say something real quick?
Yes.
The views expressed on this show are not those reflecting Amina Buddafly or her brand or her book or her children. Child.
That is correct.
Okay. Melissa, what's the last lie you told?
I would have to think about it because I don't.
got all this time.
Because I don't lie.
Is it
Mary.
that you were 40?
Hilarious.
No, because that's the truth.
No, I just pissed you off earlier with the 40 questions, so I thought I would take a jab.
Miss
No.
Butterfly, what about
I
you?
don't lie about my age.
You'll think about her.
I got to think about mine too.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't lie.
That is.
God, you seem so calm. You know,
do
I would
not
not see
lie.
you on the street. I would not see you in the supermarket and go, she's on Love and Hip Hop.
Exactly, right? I know. I'm not.
Slapping niggas and shit.
Too. Not flashy, just you
I would feel like
Yeah,
I feel
I'm
like the
normal.
last lie I told. Sorry to cut you. I feel like the last lie I told was that I said it was good to see somebody when it really wasn't.
Who was that?
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
You know, just like hey,
Just 'cause it sounds nice.
mwah, mwah, and that. Kind
If somebody asked you that their baby was ugly, cute, and it wasn't, would you be honest?
I would say, oh my God, her shoes are so adorable.
Something like that. Something like that.
So this came up in conversation. Why do black athletes marry white women? And Lyndon Antonio from the Redskins, I guess he posed that question. And somebody from the Miami Dolphins responded, because they're not coachable.
Black women aren't coachable. Do you think that?
What kind of?
What do you think about that?
Well,
man?
first of all, why do black athletes marry white women? I don't know. Reverse plantation mentality? I don't fucking know.
They in a sunken place.
What?
Get Out. It's the movie Get Out.
I haven't seen it.
Continue. What about you?
No, I don't know, man. That's not. Wait, repeat
Not
that again.
coachable.
Not
Black women
coachable.
are not.
Okay, what do they
you
mean by
can't
that?
train them to be
Right.
behave and be a certain be a
Robot.
But wouldn't they
to be
want that?
disciplined.
But hold on,
into
one
it.
question. Are you full black or are you
Black and white.
You're half black, half white. Okay, so we have a difficult time with this question.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because we're
But
half
you
black
don't-
and half white.
Neither one of you identify as a white woman.
Right.
Well, I don't.
I don't identify full black.
Same here.
I can't.
Same
I'm
here.
not full black. I
Same
can still
here.
say I'm
Hold
a
on.
black
And
person.
especially me, I grew up around white people and
Me too.
speaking another language. like,
Yeah.
so,
But can you identify as a white woman?
no.
I
can't.
Hold on. I can identify as a black man because I've been called nigger, I've been spit on, I've been. My mama was talking about niggas ain't shit my whole life, so I just watched the Cosby Show and fucking Good Times. I'm a nigga, so I don't relate. Even though I am half Italian and Greek, I don't relate as a white man. I don't have that connection. So just my question
agree.
is, do you relate as a white woman?
I see my whiteness in things I say, things I
Like fucker.
things
I
I
mean,
weigh,
you-
things I
you
things
read-
that I think.
You read a thesaurus, we get it. You're white, but
And I'm not. It's not about being arrogant about that. It's just it literally is like my quote unquote whiteness.
yeah, I don't get arrogance from you at all in that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that black folks ain't sitting up reading the thesaurus.
But that I don't know
But
about that.
we know he's reading the Urban Dictionary.
I knew
You know
you was
damn well
about to
he ain't
say
reading the
that
thesaurus. So my question is, do you relate?
My
to
my
white-
mother is as white as the driven snow, blonde hair,
same
green
here.
eyes. She's a
Mine
fucking
too.
Viking. She's Russian and Norwegian for crying out
wow.
loud, you know? And I see so much of myself in the whitest woman on the planet, you know? So that's how I identify with being with my white side, like and just white people.
You go out in
Me
public
too.
and
But
say,
then
look at that black
trust
girl
me,
over there.
there is a fair no, but I'm not blind, and I see, you know, like I'm sure
It's your
you
black
see-
women.
Definitely.
Yeah, that we got melaninated skin.
Do you? So I put up a post that Khloe Kardashian was the melanin queen, and I got a lot of heat. I was just joking because I said she was OJ's daughter. But do you think the Kardashian? I'm not going to ask that question. Okay, so tell us about the book. Tell everybody about the book. The name of the book, what it's about, and where they can find it.
Well, okay. The name of the book is The Other Woman, and it's available on Amazon.com and BarnesandNoble.com. And in the future, hopefully in Barnes & Noble stores as well. And we're working on that. And then also we are about to release the ebook, so people can just download it.
Are you
know.
going to be narrating it, or are you going to have somebody else do it?
The tour, you mean? The
Ebook.
The ebook.
The audiobook.
Well, it's not going to be an audio. Like, I'm not going to be reading it, but it's going to be just on Kindle and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you
So-
do come out with a book called "Niggas Ain't Shit and Side Chicks Should Go to Hell," I want a 10% finder's fee.
Okay.
I'll write the forward of that.
I
shit.
will remember that.
Okay.
But yeah, my publishing company, 13th and Joan, they're like, amazing. You know, they helped me like with the tour and, you know, putting it all together. And then also I released kind of like a soundtrack to the book,
Oh wow,
Nice.
which is an EP of 5 songs, acoustic
Music in
songs.
My Room?
Yes.
written
Wow,
by
you
Amina
know.
Buddafly.
Yes, exactly. And it's very like mellow, you know, it's a piano EP, acoustic. And I just wanted to release songs that were special to me that have been like kind of on the shelf that I never released. And then 2 of them are brand new. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'll make a deal. If you decide to go to Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, I'll go back.
Oh, let's go together then.
Okay, well, I'll be your new love interest. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Never happened.
Thank you,
Don't
Amina,
hate.
for
Thank
coming
you,
on the
guys.
show.
Thank
you, Amina.
You were
All right.
awesome.
Okay, so let me just start by saying that there was the day that I came in and was looking for Gio and he was stretched across the floor. Remember, we couldn't finish our show because he was so deathly sick.
Yeah,
He had a terminal illness that day. By the way, once you have a terminal illness, it doesn't go away.
I was dehydrated. Continue on.
Shout out to all of our followers who are struggling with a terminal illness. We are not making a joke of that. We actually care about you. So today we came in and Gio said that he was here. Gio always beats us to the show. He's always the first one here. Best punctuality I've ever seen in my life. But today I came in and I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. I'm like, where the fuck? He said he was here, but he's not here. So somebody comes out and says, hey, the host from your show is hiding downstairs. And I'm like, why would he be hiding downstairs? And then they told me that the Cookie Monster was in the building.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out-
AKA Yessie.
I love
his
Yezzy.
ex-girlfriend.
I'm fine with Yezzy. Me and Yezzy don't have. I love Yezzy. She gave me a hug and a kiss on my cheek because she knows I'm gay, so she didn't go near my mouth. But you were hiding.
She
What was-
rolled her eyes at you before though.
She probably, but most people do. So she was hiding. You were hiding from her. What's going on, bro?
I'm just upset the fact that she really had the
Audacity.
audacity. Thank you.
Give him that. You better give him that big old
I had-
word.
I had-
Gave audacity to come up here to my place of where I work. She's in a room where my face is on both of these screens, big as fucking day. She knows the situation. She knows I work here, and she still came here knowing she may see me. And I got here, like you say, the first one. I come up these stairs, and the first person I seen the motherfucking window, and we connect not eyes but souls, was this mother lover. And I made a fucking U-turn. It was like the Get Out challenge. I said.
But why couldn't you just sit down and just act like? Because let me tell you, I have mastered the art of walking in a room and not seeing a motherfucker that I recognize.
But you know what? Just by law, I just can't because I'm the one that's going to get in trouble.
So the restraining order is still intact.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, so hold on one second here. I have a legit question. Isn't it her responsibility to let you know when she's going to be coming somewhere you are supposed to be?
I don't know.
You work here. Like you,
better-
are
you
supposed
better-
to be
I'm
here.
gonna
I'm gonna tell.
Your probation officer? You better tell that motherfucker.
Damn, I didn't want to say that.
Well,
but
now, well, this is. Thank you for sharing that you have a probation officer because now,
I just guessed. I
Now
didn't
the
know.
fraudulent accusations about us leaving you out of Japan are not true because you can't travel.
I can because I'm very good with my probation officer. He gives me access anywhere I want to go.
Can I tell you? I had a restraining order once.
Them
can
shits,
tell-
I hate them shits.
Wait, can I tell you the story real quick? Just, I swear to God, real fast, because I didn't even know I had a restraining order until I got pulled over by LAPD.
No way.
Listen, okay. Remember I was talking about my dumb ex? Okay, let me tell you how dumb this motherfucker is. So one day I get a call. I'm at work. My brother calls and says, "Did Josh move out?" I'm like, "Get off my phone. I'm busy." He was like, "No, did Josh move out?" I'm like, "No, he didn't move out." So he takes a picture of his closet and all the clothes and everything is gone. And I had bought him tons of clothes and shoes and everything. I'm like, I have a problem with that. You can't leave while I'm at work. Like, you get up, breakfast is served, everything is great.
I've done it before.
And then really?
I have.
Wait, that's the most fucked up thing because you have to give the person closure. When you don't give somebody closure, you really trying to fuck their life up. So let me tell you what he did. He
I
left.
ran.
Wait, he ran. But this was a good relationship was great. I mean, we were cheating on each other, but he started that. Okay, so look. So I'm at work, right? And so I'm in a meeting with like all these white people. So of course I had to say, you know, everybody, I unfortunately have a family emergency. I gotta go. I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow. Okay. I got in that motherfucking Mercedes and I was flying down the 580. I get home, everything's gone. So I started walking around my apartment saying, what the fuck can I do? I got to find this motherfucker because I need closure. You know, because I was abandoned as a child. You know, not to get too serious. I was a group home and shit. So I called Sprint at the time and I said, I lost my little brother, but he has a cell phone on him. Can I put a tracer on his phone? Put a tracer, found out where he was. He was at my friend's house and in the next city over. This person had messed with one of my exes a long time ago, stabbed him. It was a long story. But anyway,
my God.
I digress. So here I am perplexed that this motherfucker thought he was just gonna leave my house. So you know what I did? I went to Home Depot and I got a big old gas can, a pipe, and the thing you light a fireplace with, and filled it up with gas and drove to the city calling the motherfuckers on my way. So long story short, I get to the house. It's midday. I get out the car. I pour gas all over the grass in the house and the fence, and I'm pouring gas. And there's a little boy on a scooter. I will never forget this boy. I hope I run into him one day and can interview him. He's rolling by on his scooter, and he stops and he goes, "Are you about to burn the house down?" And I said, "Little boy, just go on about your business, little boy. Go on about your business." So I pour the gas all over the house. I knock on the door. My friend's aunt or whatever answers the door, and I said, "Tell my nigga to come outside or I'm going to burn this motherfucking house. I'm going to kill everybody. The dog, I'm killing everybody. I swear to God." So I go sit in my car. So my nigga comes out. "Get all your shit, my shit, and get in the car." So he gets in the car. So I leave. My friend calls and he's like, "My neighbor," he's a social worker. Keep that in mind. This is such a bad story. He gets in an uproar and he's like, "You came to my neighborhood disrespecting me. When I see him, and beat your ass." I said, "Okay, cool. I got you." So I called his job where he was a social worker and I told his boss that he molested my little brother.
Oh my God.
So anyways, he got put on suspension. That wasn't good enough. So now he called him my job, telling my boss that I did that. Please, to the audience, appreciate that I'm opening up and sharing you this crazy story.
God dang.
I went to his son's school. His son was 18, graduating high school. I took his son to lunch. His son called me Uncle Jason. So I took his son to lunch and I took a picture with him. And I texted him, I said, "If you call my house again or you call my job again, I'm going to fuck your son."
You pulled a 50 from Power Move?
I will fuck your son.
What? Wait, what?
I took a picture with his son. And then I texted to him and said, "If you call my job again or if you call my house again, I will fuck your son."
What? Wait, how old was this little fella?
18.
Oh, well.
Oh, I was
that's
real,
still fucked
no,
up.
No, I was real grown. I was real grown. And I didn't even want to fuck his son. But for the sake of playing chess, I would have fucked his son. So I say all that to say, I didn't even know that I was riding down the street one day and get pulled over with guns and everything. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I got a restraining order put against me from talking to him or his family or his job. And he said that I had a weapon and was going to burn his house down. So I was not only had a restraining order, but I was restricted from getting a gun. I had to clear all that up.
It's so funny. You didn't even have a restraining order put on you from your boyfriend. It was from...
No. That motherfucker was living in fear after that. Because after he saw all of the activities...
You threatened to burn everybody.
That's okay, because when we finally broke up, I packed up all his shit and dropped him off at a bus with a bus ticket and a dog and his shoes. Bye.
I don't know if this, I should have just, the pettiness in me wanted to just stand right here in front of this damn window and just stand there.
I feel like I feel like you could have done that. This is your place of work. She came here.
I punked out. I bitched out.
Yeah, I would have been so petty.
I gave her power. I should have been petty. And I'm looking kind of good today, too.
Listen, I would have pressed my lips up against that glass and just...
No, you should have dropped your pants and pressed your ass up against the glass.
No,
because no, I don't.
I ain't gonna say that.
The ass she used to eat.
I ain't gonna. Don't know. I never said that.
You did say that.
I never did.
I think you did.
I don't think I did.
There was a time where you said that your girlfriend that you're with now is too pretty to eat your ass, but Yezi, you didn't comment. So
that's me saying she did.
Watch this. Have you ever sucked dick before?
No.
There you go.
You didn't answer that way when I said she was munching on your ass. So anyway, Melissa, what's going on? But no, to Gio, I'm glad that I love the sense of maturity that you showed today, the restraint. Because I'm going to tell you, you're better than me, bro.
Yes.
Because Melissa, she would have caused a scene all up in this motherfucker.
I wish I was here when I first walked in. Then she had the nerve to be taking a little time walking down the stairs, holding the door for the goddamn. You ain't got to hold no goddamn.
Maybe she was just being kind.
No, trying to look through the door like this. Is he looking to see me, watch me hold the door? Fuck out of here. Move on. I'm sorry.
Is there an expiration date on this restraining order, or is it forever?
No, it's not forever.
You should know.
Ever? No,
you should know how long it is for.
It's been like 2.5 years now. So
okay, so maybe it's like a 5-year, 10-year.
I'm gonna add you to my prayer list tonight, and I'm gonna pray that document goes away. And that you have the freedom of just going to her job and sitting in the waiting room.
Right, for no damn reason. But I upgraded. I went from my Infiniti.
You sure did. I'm not even going to lie. Your girl is freaking gorgeous.
No, your girl is pretty.
Everybody's in the comment like, yo, did you find a picture yet? Did you find a picture? No, I'm looking. You've been looking? It's crazy. It's really like...
Oh, I have a picture of her.
But I don't think it's about being better looking. I think it's just when you have a healthier relationship, right? Like you and your girl seem to have a...
much healthy relationship. Much. Yeah, so
I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Melissa.
And I'm happy that I know how it feels to feel like you didn't do what you wanted to do. Like you didn't get the redemption. You didn't get, to get your rocks off.
You know what? It's not even that. I really wanted to tell her I was genuinely sorry. I really had the urge to just come in here and say,
why don't you say it right now?
You know what? I will do that.
Go ahead.
I always wanted to say, Yessie, we have been through our ups and downs. I've done a lot to you, but I genuinely want to say I apologize for every single thing I put you through. I apologize. You're a great woman. You didn't deserve it. I apologize. I hope you can forgive me. God bless.
And all the women on YouTube are going to be wet after hearing that. Oh
That's
my
amazing.
God. Because let me say, I want to say something to my ex. Can I do that, Jim?
Yes.
Hold on. I am so sorry.
Oh my God.
Come on. Let me be genuine. God, why? I'm never allowed. I have a heart. Hold on. Josh, I am so sorry that I spent so much money on you in our relationship. And I wish if I could have ever done one thing different in my life was to pass up that MySpace message you sent me years ago. The end. Bye, nigga. All right. So what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh my God. Okay. Well, it's hard.
And not to mention, Josh dated my first ex that I was with for 5 years. Didn't find out till mid-relationship when the first ex came over to my house. And
Your
was like,
community is messy.
it's messy.
Your community is messy.
They're from the same area, but I didn't even make the connection. So mid-relationship, my first ex, shout out to my ex Calvin, who's still my best friend. You met Calvin in New York. He comes over to the house and he's like, and I'm looking at the dynamics, the whole energy in the room changed. Josh went to the room, shut the door, wouldn't come out. I'm like, have y'all met before? They not only had met, they had dated.
Don't let Jason feel like he's missing something in the room, like he's not in on the fucking secret. Oh, he will burn the room down.
Everything got to come out.
Yes.
So I've been, speaking of burning down, I've been having this itch to go back to Love and Hip Hop.
What I'm about to say.
I was about to be like, okay, wait, our show just took a massive fucking left.
Not the itch that requires a visit to the doctor's office. That was a couple years ago.
You said, speaking of burning down, I've been having this itch.
And I'm hearing that the show has already gotten off to a bang, and I'm missing it. And I was laying in my bed the other day, and I started texting Mona and Stephanie like, what y'all do? Hey, big head, And but I said to myself, if I go back, I'm going to go back and be really, really professional. But if somebody tries me, I got to burn everything down.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Scorched earth burn.
Yeah. You don't say. You don't say. Well, I mean, I told you if you went back, you had to be a little bit more three-dimensional. Like your relationships have to be a part of the,
Oh yeah, there's only one person that I would actually bring out public. One of my boobs I bring out public.
My God, that would be great TV.
Oh,
that would be
they
great
ain't ready
TV.
for that one.
Yeah, Mike.
Mike, I don't know him.
The one I ran out of gas on the 405 and he stopped and jumped over the wall.
Fine. I'm sorry. Out of all the boys you've shown me, Mike is the finest in my opinion.
He just got out of jail. I don't know his probation status, but I mean, again, we can figure that out. He was going to come this weekend, but I was on my way to Mexico. But now I don't know if I'm going to go to Mexico because it's fucking Trump. It's fucking up the world.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the stories that we were going to talk about is the fact that, there's the dilemma of build the wall or remain patriotic. Because, when it comes to a large undertaking like that, there's going to be like contract work and it's going to be like in the multi-millions of dollars. And so Mexican officials are basically advising people to not take the contract, like remain patriotic. We don't want this wall and we're not building this fucking wall. It's not our responsibility. If he wants the wall, he can build the wall. He can pay for the wall.
I really feel like what we should start doing on this show to be responsible to our listeners is keep a journal of everything he says and does.
Oh, wow.
For example, he said if he got in office, he was going to build the wall, right? Then he got in office and said that Mexico was going to pay for it. Now the taxpayers are going to pay for it.
And Mexico's going to reimburse us.
And Mexico, the former president said, fuck you. We ain't paying for no fucking wall.
It almost exactly in those words.
No, he said, we're not paying for a fucking wall. Yes. And he went on Conan O'Brien and flipped off a picture of Trump. Okay, just to make it clear, nigga, fuck you. Now, here's the deal.
I want to be his friend. He sounds cool.
Now, look at the unrest he's created all over the world. Like, I'm sitting here looking at traveling, so I put together a trip to Mexico this weekend, and then I get a text from somebody on the team that says, there's travel warnings to Mexico. You know where the warning is?
Where?
Everywhere.
Damn.
It's everywhere.
In Mexico.
Everywhere in Mexico.
Every single city that we would travel to.
Guadalajara.
All of them.
Leon.
Even Chipotle. think it's Chipotle.
Chipotle,
I don't know the city
Mexico.
name. It's something like that.
Chipotle?
I don't remember the name, but I remember it was a food or it was a restaurant. I don't know. Cabo, Puerto Vallarta,
Cabo, I think you're thinking about Cabo Cantina.
No, I'm about to pull it up because y'all think I'm being messy.
Food said Chipotle, Mexico. Shit, we about to go with a Chipotle, Mexico, dog.
Speaking of Chipotle, that extra guac charge is fucking bullshit.
Speaking of Chipotle, their meat is so disgusting.
I will never touch Chipotle ever.
I need them to cut the chicken up really fine.
It looks like diarrhea. I'm sorry. It looks so nasty.
Go in, come out smooth.
Ew, that's disgusting.
You eat Taco Bell?
I don't eat Taco Bell.
No quiero Taco Bell.
Do I look like I eat Taco Bell?
Yes, you do. Late night, after the club, a little drunk.
No, I eat Bossa Nova. For all of you who don't know, in LA, there's
a Brazilian restaurant.
There's a
on
Brazilian.
Sunset.
It's not fancy. It's just where you go to get late night food.
I knew the name of the city, Chihuahua.
I can't.
I didn't even know there was a city named Chihuahua.
Yeah. Speaking of Chihuahua, mine is here.
Aww.
And that's why it's, that's.
He was pointing to the dog because it looked like he was pointing to this beautiful woman.
Oh, no. This is my girlfriend, Winnie, from Sweden. She's from Sweden.
Gorgeous.
That's what they look like in Sweden.
I've been to Sweden before.
Okay, so anyway, the wall is not going up. I say we don't need to build a wall, if anything, because in some places of the border, we have a fence.
Yeah.
It's not even a wall.
It's a fence.
And can we just say, like, they're fucking doing this underground and by air as well.
Yeah.
So, like, this whole wall is a political thing. It's a money thing. And it's some bullshit thing.
Mm-hmm. And it's not even like, and they were also saying that for the most part, it's not as many Mexicans that are trying to, like get through and come over, really illegally cross into the US. Mm-hmm. It's more people from like Central America and stuff. I don't know. It's just kind of setting up like this biased and prejudicial view against Mexicans. It's annoying.
I feel like Donald Trump gonna drop a mixtape. He's the real 23 Savage. He's a savage.
Well, Snoop has responded that he's not going to respond. And he says he's not going to do an interview.
Bow Wow responded for him.
Yeah, about Shad Moss.
Yo, excuse me, Shad Moss.
What did he say?
He said, something
basically,
about
don't fuck with
my Uncle Snoop
homie
before we get your girl and make her work for us or some shit. She was at this point in time. She might take you up on that, bro.
Can I say that I don't think we've ever had a first family disrespected this way in U.S. history.
Ever in history.
Think about it.
What are you talking about?
Ain't nobody would ever be caught saying nothing like that to the Obamas.
They never said
not even to Bush.
They would never put a gun to. I mean,
we need to have the Obamas on this show because I'm sure that they got like hundreds of thousands of death threats on the regular.
I could believe that. But
how many times was Michelle called an ape, a monkey, all these horrible things? Their kids. They were.
I love them so much. I tuned all that shit out.
I do. I do too. But the fact of the matter is they were the first black family, and the racism that they had to face. It's just. I can't.
I know.
It's not even worth discussing. But yes.
Yeah, I feel you getting passionate.
By the way, upturd. You want to know the word you were looking for?
Absurd.
Perturbed.
Oh, perturbed. That's what it was.
All right.
Thank you.
I got you. I was looking out for you.
I'm going to keep a journal of all the times we educate this motherfucker.
Hey, man, I graduated top 10 in my high school. I just don't know words.
Well, it was Gary, Indiana. Go ahead.
Okay, anyways. Still speaking about this dickhead Trump.
Damn, you just disrespected our president?
I don't give a shit because
that's not her president.
Because he's not my president. I'm Canadian. I'm
sorry.
You
know what I love about journalists is that they are so trained to be professional that I know when they talk about him, they don't want to call him the president.
I would love to be a fly on the wall.
But you know who I love? Whoopi Goldberg. She refers to him as that guy.
That guy.
or you know who.
Yeah.
She will not say his name.
Voldemort. Yeah, from Harry Potter. Anyway, so he has a love of McDonald's, and if you look at the texture of his skin, you can tell he eats a lot of fast
you're shady as fuck today. I don't care, but I'm here for it. Shade showed up and you're showing out.
I swear to God. Okay, so he eats.
Somebody called him a Cheeto.
I did.
Yeah. Did you?
I call him a Cheeto all the time.
They serve Cheetos now at that's Burger King. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
You stupid.
I actually like Cheetos a lot. So anyways, McDonald's sent out an anti-Trump tweet and it said, "You are actually a disgusting excuse of a president and we would love to have at Barack Obama back. Also, you have tiny hands."
Wait, who from McDonald's tweeted that? The
McDonald,
CEO?
No, McDonald's core.
They're investigating
the office.
The official Twitter handle.
They're investigating it because their Twitter was hacked.
Yeah, they say it was compromised.
Nah, Negroes, y'all tap that out.
He's right. I don't believe it either because of
need
how
that.
quickly the tweet was deleted. If your account has been hacked, you have no control
power,
over it
right.
whatsoever. Your password's been changed. You're locked out. It takes you a minute to like kind of get everything back in order. But it was sent out and it was deleted really quickly.
Yo,
They did that shit.
Hats off to whoever tweeted
And
that
hats
over
off
there.
to McDonald's for doing it.
It was probably one black person over there in the corporate office.
Post and delete.
Did you see? Oh, speaking of the video I sent y'all, and then we put on the Hollywood Unlocked about Michelle coming to take Barack's phone away.
I love
Tweeted
that.
Back in. That shit was hilarious.
Because I know that, because the one thing about the Obamas is that they are social media savvy. And I know there are days they are laying up in bed like, let me let this nigga have it real quick. Because they from Chicago.
Yep.
Don't forget they from Chicago.
I bet you they have like fake
Twitter accounts.
fake
just
accounts,
saying whatever they
and,
want.
and they totally troll him. They have to. I know it. I know
The only thing that
That'd
would
be
top
dope.
the only thing that would top this year of political craziness is if Michelle and Barack dropped a sex tape.
Oh man!
I'm here for that.
All right, now Michelle, I want you to put it up in there for me now.
Ew, stop it.
All right,
Stop
there we
it.
go.
All right, so everybody's heard about Trump claiming that Obama wiretapped him. First of all, mofo, nobody was interested in wiretapping you before this election process was even happening, okay? So you weren't even worthy of the fucking wiretap.
Right.
Secondly, since Nixon was impeached for wiretapping, I think
For
that
our young audience who don't know who Nixon is.
okay, Nixon was a former president. Okay, jeez Louise, history books. People.
And he was impeached because
He was impeached because of a wiretapping incident at the Watergate Hotel, which is why people refer to things as Watergate. Okay, so certain protocols have been set up so that if in order to wiretap somebody, so many subpoenas have to go out. There's a huge process.
Well, not anymore, because since then, remember George Bush enacted the Patriot Act. So now they have the right to listen in to everyday conversations without all
Consent.
of that. That was the whole controversy around the Patriot Act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Trump has asserted that Obama was behind wiretapping him.
Man, listen, President Barack.
Everybody, even Jeff Sessions, who he's appointed to the head
He
of the.
said, nigga, I ain't involved with
He
this.
was, I'm not involved. I don't know nothing about it. House Speaker Ryan has said there's no
and
there's
other
no
Republicans
evidence.
are now coming out saying, this is irritating. You need to provide us some proof.
Look,
Yeah.
Barack got other shit to do, like write his book, be out there balling, crossing boys over. He ain't worried about no damn
He was
Donald
not
Trump.
worried about Trump whatsoever. Well, Trump has basically said where he got his source from. He got it from watching the news.
The fake news.
Yeah, the fake
CNN,
the fake news.
right?
No. He got it from watching Fox.
All those alternative facts from the fake news. But the
Yeah.
thing that's crazy is now he's saying, well, listen, wiretapping is such a broad term.
Yeah.
Because it's so much more than just tapping phones. But the
Yeah.
tweet that preceded that said, he tapped my phones.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I'm telling you right
Sean
now.
Spicer did say.
I'm going to say this because we do have listeners who have grandparents who are probably senile. And people, my grandma was 92, she was of sound mind. Maybe he is the oldest president we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's just senile. Because literally, if you think about it, he's so all over the place.
It's like the mask.
I think that
Mental health is a real issue.
I really think that he's just a manipulative piece of shit. Honestly, no,
That's that's a president.
no,
of the United
because
States.
because realistically, what have we gotten off topic of talking about? There's a fly that just will not leave me alone today. It's
He
just
trying
really
to land
fucking
up in
with
them bangs.
We've gotten off topic and we stopped talking about the real issue at hand, which is the investigation into how Russia interfered in our election. We stopped talking about that. We talked about his stupid income tax reports that really tell us fucking
do
nothing.
we know any of the possible life-changing bills that are going to the Senate floor?
We're not. No one's talking about any of that because we're talking
distracted.
about exactly.
So do you think it's strategic?
Absolutely. It's diversionary tactics. It's like, throw a stone over there so you stop looking at what's going on over here.
Dang,
That's what he's
deep.
doing.
It was just playing all along.
Our next show, we should have a list of all the bills that are out right now and go through the serious ones that nobody's talking about.
A lot of them things the judges are shooting down though. They're shooting them down. every
Yeah,
time they try to throw them
there's
out.
federal judges that keep imposing
The travel ban.
exactly. They keep stopping the travel ban. I think that's great.
Good.
I think that he thinks that the Treasury is his personal piggy bank, and I think that he signs an executive order, holds it up like it's a fucking menu from fucking Benihana's, and then that's just the way that it's gonna go.
Shit, I love Benihana's.
I do love Benihana's.
I never
too.
been.
What?
Okay, let's go.
Group trip to Benihana's.
No, let's go. What else is next?
Group trip to Benihana's. Okay. So apparently Kendall Jenner's house was robbed.
Yes.
Everybody's house getting robbed, man. Hope nobody robbed my crib.
Listen, stop
Don't
posting
you say shit.
Stop posting your shit on social media, and maybe people won't know all the shit
What
that you
got.
have and where you live.
I agree.
I haven't. Oh, you're talking about Kendall?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about G. I was gonna say he hasn't posted nothing online that
I never post nothing in my crib.
Nope, not his basement, not the mezzanine level, nothing.
Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna be an advocate. Shout out to my mama, Kris Jenner.
Yeah.
Who I talked to this morning. I love her. Okay, let me just say, like, Floyd Mayweather, who's our sponsor, who's our friend, posts stuff online all day long.
He got robbed recently.
Yeah, but he didn't get robbed for his. Well, I guess it's similar.
We don't know what the person's intentions of robbing him was. Just the fact that they got in the motherfucking house.
But Kendall Jenner isn't like a big stunt queen on Instagram with like her money.
But
she
it's
doesn't
just
stunt.
that Kendall Jenner. That's all I need, brother. Oh, we in there.
Okay,
if I was
yeah.
a thief.
No, but the real issue is that these celebrities think they have a tight inner circle and they got a bunch of nobodies
Leeches.
around them.
Did you ever see that movie, The Bling Ring?
Yes.
You never saw it, but you know what it's about, right?
No.
It's about all these young kids that kind of, were living in like the same peripheral as, the kids from the OC and whatnot, like Paris Hilton and Misha Barton and all of them,
Yeah.
And they started robbing their houses and shit like
Oh,
that.
I know. Yeah. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I remember
There's a whole movie on that.
when Lindsay Lohan and my friend Andrew Andrew Knight, Suge Knight's son, were accused of stealing thousands and thousands of dollars.
How much did they get from Kendall's house? What does it say?
$200,000. But listen, I don't think Kendall, first of all, isn't known as a stunt queen on Instagram. She just happens to be a Kardashian / Jenner. I don't know. I just don't understand why people got to take other people's shit. If you're not out working hard enough for your own shit, why you got to prey on people and your friends at that?
You're keeping loose. Is that much cash or just valuables of $200,000?
It says jewelry.
Okay, well, shit, keep your shit in the safe, man. What the fuck?
All right. Well, moving right along. Apparently, Miguel was accused of sexual assault. I don't know anything about. You're gonna have to tell me about that one because
some girl took to Instagram and posted a video telling the story of how Miguel. And I'm not even gonna call Miguel a friend. We're cool. If I see him, it's all love. Last time I saw him at Khloe Kardashian's birthday party, it was all love.
He's engaged right now.
He's famous now, and he's out there.
Don't say that. Don't say out there.
Yeah, he's out there. Not like
out there, like in the streets.
Okay.
He's in the streets.
Okay. You saying out there could be
No,
misconstrued.
if a nigga sucking dick, I'm gonna say sucking dick. But I don't tell people that people are sucking dick unless they're telling people that they're sucking dick.
Okay,
and he
moving
hasn't
right
said that
along.
he's sucking dick, so I'm not saying that about him. Okay.
He appears to be.
Me and Miguel used to be really, really, really cool. I ain't talked to him in a while. When you see him, he's such a superstar, even though he ain't had a hit in a while. But anyway, there's a rumor out there. I mean, not a rumor. There's an allegation out that he sexually assaulted a woman, and I just don't believe it.
How long ago was it?
I just saw the video last night, but we put it up today.
So what she was just saying, like he
First of all,
her?
she was rubbing her titty while she was telling the story.
So
Lies.
No, it was a little like, and she was talking about how she would have fucked him or something. She said something sexual in the whole conversation. I really feel like it's a stunt.
Everybody's
for
trying to
Instagram.
come up. Like if I went and hugged Melissa and I was,
Nobody
equally
would believe-
fake.
nobody would-
Shut the fuck up,
Nobody
Jason.
would
Your
believe
middle
it.
name Lee.
Nobody
I'm
would
trying to
believe
make a point for Miguel because I love his music.
No, but you need to
if I
make-
went and
hold on.
hugged Melissa
Just
and
draw
my
a
right hand
comparison that we
grazed
can
against that right titty, and she could take that little much and say Giovanni, sexually harassed me. If she was that type of person. And she wasn't Melissa Ford.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm just saying, if
I
you were
would
just a
file-
normal girl that
Something
lived in
happened.
Huckleberry, New Jersey or some shit.
I would file
and
a
want to
third
come
party.
up.
I would file a third party charge. There's a third party offended charge. I'm a third party offensed, and I'm going to tell.
Wait, say it again.
No.
Third party offense. I'm just saying, if
I made
somebody
up a
want to
word.
come up, they could be petty like that.
No, I do believe that. I agree with you. I do believe we live in the land of pettiness these days. Social media allows you to create stunts, and you create what are those called?
Babies.
No, I'm not. We're not talking about your babies. Your girl swallows all those. I'm talking about you create skits. And this is the land where people create skits, right? I was at a house the other night and somebody walked up to me. I ain't gonna say who, but he's a friend of mine and he knows you, but he's coming on the show. He's mad at you.
Who, me or you?
Her. And he confronted me about the Deshaun Jackson's interview, the interview with the girl and Deshaun Jackson. I didn't tell that girl to say anything about Deshaun Jackson, but my point is that she took that as an opportunity to shade Deshaun Jackson that went viral. And I didn't even know it was on TMZ. My ex called me from jail yesterday, told me he saw it on TMZ. Shout out to my ex. Anyway, so
Wait, who the fuck is mad at me?
She's still.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. So Safari's in the news. Shout out to my boy Safari. You know, he was here. He told us in the world that he was never going to talk about Nicki Minaj again. I swear to God, every time I turn on TV,
He's talking about Nicki Minaj.
and the internet, he's talking about Nicki Minaj. So
Yeah.
now he's saying Nicki owes him $2 million.
I could have sworn he said that on our show, though.
No,
he didn't say that.
We asked him if he believed she owed him money. He was like,
and he said no.
He said no. He didn't want anything. He was moving on, and that he would never talk about Nicki again.
Damn.
Then he went on
Damn.
Wendy Williams, and he talked about her, and then went on This Is 50, and then said she owes him $2 million.
Damn, Safari, what's going on, bro? I mean, maybe he just need the money.
This is the question I'm going to ask, and I love Safari.
No, I don't think he need the
He
money.
knows I got love for him. I don't love him like that. He ain't my type, but I got love for him. Do you think these guys and Remy Ma are talking about Nicki Minaj so much to stay relevant because she is so high up here? You know? Like if I got into a beef with, well, Nelly doesn't count because he's not up there, but if I got into a beef with like Rihanna and I just talked about her for like 4 years straight, is it because I'm trying to be up there with Rihanna? What is that?
Grab a piece of that. I agree. So to a certain extent,
I think that it can be looked at two ways. One, whenever people see Safari, they're going to ask about Nicki Minaj. He gets asked regardless if he wants to be asked or not. You know, when he was on our show, he basically said he wanted to be recognized on his own 2 feet. Like he wanted to stop being recognized as her ex and whatever the case
and
is.
that's why he did Love and Hip Hop, and he's
Yeah.
back on Love and Hip Hop with
coconut
a
oil.
new co-star, aka girlfriend. And but it bears the question, like, okay, once you've said it, once you put it all out there, what else is there to talk about?
I guess he's afraid of the fact that, you know, people won't really have much to talk to him or ask him about if they're not talking about Nicki.
And you know, after I threw the drink on Hazel on Love and Hip Hop 2 seasons ago, you know what I said? I did one interview, and I started by saying, I know why you want to talk to me, and this is the only time I'm going to talk about it to in explaining what happened to anybody. So go ahead, ask your questions. They asked, it was a great interview with VH1. Never talked about it. Like I never did an interview about it anymore.
you got it
Yeah.
all out.
It was out. Like
Yeah.
the answers were there. If somebody asks me, I can say,
Go
I did an
ahead.
interview with VH1. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Next question. You know, if they don't want to talk to me, then I'm not working hard enough.
Yeah.
Keep working. I just don't know. I think Safari is talented enough to do other shit. He's a stunt man. He can create shit. The furs, all the girl putting oil. He knows how to create stunts.
Right.
Why keep talking about Nicki? If you believe she owes you $2 million, go get the money.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
Anyway.
It's tough. I mean, I said it last show, you know, you have to be careful how you introduce yourself to the world, but because they never let you forget it. But you can also kind of do yourself a disservice by, you know, reiterating it over and over and over again and playing into it. You have to let
Stop
yourself
being the victim, bro.
Yeah.
And if you're a man, being the victim is not cute.
Right.
I could have said Mona Scott Young is a devil bitch who made me look evil as fuck to the world, the way they edited that, because they did edit it to make it look way worse than it was. But I wasn't gonna blame her because, like I told Mona, I own that. I threw the drink. So however I did it, whatever I did it, I own it. I'm not gonna blame editing. I never played the victim, not one time when I was getting attacked.
Right.
Thousands of people attacked me. I never said, "Oh, poor me." It was never poor me.
Right.
So I don't understand. I don't know. They're just.
Well, Meek Mill, you know, speaking of Safari and Nicki and whatever, the whole triangle, whatnot, he was just charged with assault in St. Louis after some event took place. But, you know, I guess he's claiming self-defense.
I guess he got a fight in the St. Louis airport.
I don't understand how these brothers be on probation still getting in trouble. Like,
I don't understand how you be rich and
and
going to jail.
I agree.
If I'm gonna go to jail,
I feel like trouble finds them. I do. I feel like I get like the Cash Me Outside girl. Everybody wants to beat the shit out of her.
they say she's gonna make
Be
$1 million
$1
this
at the end of the year.
God damn.
$100,000 a month.
This
She
is
better
insane.
collect. She better save all that shit. How about that? Because she gonna ride this wave for a little bit.
Danielle, we want you on the show.
I'm gonna tell you right now. As soon as I cash her outside, I'm gonna cash it out. I don't know how.
Yo, but the day she get caught outside and get caught on tape, getting her ass mollywopped, it's a wrap for her.
I don't
She
think
can't
so.
talk shit no more.
I don't think so.
She has like
because
4 security guards.
not only that, she should go get beat up somewhere just for on GP and film it and put it online and go on a whole rant. That'll last her a whole nother 6 months.
Yeah.
Because she can do a whole rant about that to last a month.
Would you have
Then
on
she
the
can
show?
go do it. Absolutely.
I would love to see that because she's so disrespectful. She just don't give a fuck.
I just want to get her. I want her on the show so she can call
So
all
listen,
of us hoes. You hoes don't do nothing.
Listen, we're gonna do this right now.
I want her to call you a hoe.
Cash me outside, girl.
Danielle Bruggerli or something.
Bring your little ass on this show so we can talk to you. I mean, we want to be your friend, but just know we're gonna ask a lot of questions and you're gonna be upset and disrespectful, and that's okay.
Dang. And listen, I cannot believe she don't look 13.
She doesn't look 13.
She don't look 13.
But then again,
the
I
age-
didn't look 13 when I was 13. By the time I was 15, I was getting into clubs. You had to be 21.
She got a
to
little
get into.
boyfriend.
She's the age of
14,
your
I
daughter.
should say.
I know.
She could be your daughter.
And
What if your daughter acted like that?
Let me tell you something. I flipped out today. My daughter texted me back, was like, hold up, bruh. I almost slapped her back into her mama's womb.
What'd she say?
I texted her, I said, yo, Mary, something. She was like, hold up, bruh. I was like, when she got home, let me tell you something. I ain't trying
Slap
to
the taste out of her mouth,
Nah,
didn't
I
you?
ain't slapped, but she felt some muscle.
So when people ask me why I don't have kids, I'm gonna just tell a story. People think, oh, because he's gay, he don't have kids. Gay people have kids, okay? Gay people have kids. Shout out to the gay people with kids. I raised my brother from 8 years old to 18, and I will never forget the transition between being 8, 9, 10, 11, and that 13 and 14-year-old
Mark.
motherfucker that shows up. Hold on. Nobody told me. Because, see, I was in group homes from 8 to 14. I rebelled when I got out, but I was on some, oh, you had me trapped for years shit. I'm out here.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, one day, I'm driving home from work, and I'm on the I-5, and I see a big old cloud of black smoke in the distance. And I said to myself, that's my house. I said, that's my house. So I'm in the Mercedes that I drove when I was going to burn my friend's house down. So I typed in the number in my car. Mercedes has a little thing you can type it in. I called, ring, 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 my boyfriend, Josh, the one who...
Dummy, yep, right.
Josh, where is Paul? He goes, Paul's right here sitting on the couch. I said, where has Paul been in the last 15 minutes? Paul, he's been right here. He's been outside. Where has he been in the last 15 minutes? Put Paul on the phone. Paul gets on the phone. Hello? Are you on your way home? I said, you fucking did that. He said, did what? I said, I see smoke from the fucking freeway. And as I'm getting closer to the exit, the police have stopped you from being able to exit because there are helicopters dropping water on the palm trees that are on fire, and the whole freeway is on fire. And I told him, you motherfucker, you did that. And I'm going, he 13, I'm gonna be there. I know you fucking did it. So 2 hours later, when they cleared the way for me to get around from where I got off the freeway to get home.
Super mad now, more.
I parked that car in the downstairs and I ran up them stairs and I got him and I said, you better tell me what the fuck you did. He was like, okay. So I went outside and I found a bottle. So I poured oil and gas in it and I just lit it on fire. But I threw it across the freeway and I didn't think nothing happened. He had thrown a Molotov cocktail across the freeway and burned the whole freeway up.
That's fucking hilarious.
So a couple of days later, I said, you know what? I should fucking turn you in. But then I thought, if I turn him in, I'm going to be in trouble because I'm responsible, right? So I just, whooped his ass, left him alone. A couple of days later, fire chief comes, knocks on our door and says, hey, neighbor said they saw your brother throwing this thing and lighting this stuff on fire. I'm like, no, couldn't have been my brother. So I am at my limit. That's it. So I call his social worker. I said, I think we need to find a group home because at this point, he's 17, out of control. I just can't. No, he wasn't. He was 17. I'm going to tell you how. Okay, 17. Let me fast forward. So I call his social worker. Social worker comes to visit, leaves. Then I'm planning for him to go to a group home. You know what this motherfucker did? I put him on room restriction. He climbed out the window, went to the park next door, found a family that was picnicking. Is that a word?
Yes.
Yeah.
Took their keys and went through the parking lot, pushing the alarm until he found their car. Took their car because he was running away. Crashed their car. Got arrested. Went to jail. And you know what I did? I went to the court. They said we're gonna release him. I said, keep him. And I never let him come home.
Damn. At that point,
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
Who are these people that go from 8 to 18 in
Let
the
me tell
midst
you
of all
something.
that? They just are crazy.
I remember when my daughter would be running around with little bells in her shoes because I used to always lose her. 2, 3-0, always at my leg, daddy. To now, I gotta pay to get a kiss. And I thought I was a cool, good-looking dad because I'm young. And she's like, "Oh, daddy, don't like." I'm like, "But baby, all your little friends is no, but daddy, no." Like, She's not a little girl no more. She's
I don't-
13 going on 56.
I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine. I would have a 21-year-old right now if I had ended up having the baby I was pregnant with. But I lost it.
Boy, I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I'm sure it would have been Satan's spawn.
So
The girl?
I don't know.
So the whole point now
Didn't
is
find
that
out.
if you're going to have a child, you absolutely have to be prepared
Yes.
to raise that child. But look, shout out to all the parents out there. We love you. Keep your
Yes,
kids out the
yes.
street.